I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. No need to beat around the bush today. Is it normal for me to want a glass of scotch after a nice morning job? I guess it depends what kind of job you're talking about. Oh, I talked over it. Oh. Okay, so I ran the game once already. This is Nightmare Reaper. New game. I ran it once to just make sure that it ran, and it did. But I started in a completely different spot last time the game ran. So, that's interesting. That's interesting. My understanding is that, well, based on the description of the game, it is a boomer shooter with looter shooter elements and roguelike elements. So some aspects of it are certainly going to be randomized. I'm guessing it'll be like randomized settings that are all throwbacks to old shooters, which I'm okay with. Oh yeah, I've played bullets per minute a couple of times on stream. There's a couple of like rhythm-based shooters, which is really cool. Funny you bring up bullets per minute because I was just brushing up my Beatmania collection. They actually added a few new songs, so it depends if I have time. I wanted to play this. We'll see how long I spend on it. I wanted to spend some more time in Death Stranding. I actually feel a little bad because I didn't actually get around to playing any of the director's cut content at all. I got too wrapped up trying to deliver packages and getting harassed by mules and stuff and talking about lore. But that game still rocks. Alright. But also... Good. It's always good to have a kick button. Ha! Figure that would be up your alley. Oh, it absolutely is. Absolutely is. I'm a pretty big fan of the injection of... Oh, you can kick and stab at the same time. Got that Duke Nukem boot. But I'm enjoying the injection of rhythm into other genres. It's always a good thing. Always additive. Always additive. One of the things I always dearly, dearly loved that really wasn't experimented with all that much is rhythm games with JRPGs. I think Unbeatable, White Label, or whatever it's called, has aspects of that. What is it? Oh, you can pick it up? Ha! Well, that's cool. What was it called? Shoot. There was a game that was basically Valkyrie Profile again. Had kind of like more Indian art injected into it. Hey, what's up, Angel Frame? Having an afternoon job is a drag. I can imagine, man. It just kind of takes out the entire day. You only have early morning and late at night. I can throw knives? Do I run out? Doesn't seem like it. Ooh, ha. Awesome. Hey, what's up, Cannibal Kittens? Ooh, ha, ooh, ha. That feels good. Ha. Bedtime is anywhere from 1 to 3 a.m. Hey, you're talking about the streamer, the content creator workflow. Yeah, with Inside Games taking up more of my time now, I'm gonna have to see if I can like shift a little bit, maybe, so that I can. Oh yeah, your UI is a Game Boy SP, because of course it is. That's sweet, sweet nostalgia. Oh, slow-mo kill. Doesn't get better than that. Maybe gun. Okay, that uses ammo. Put a silencer on it? Yes, you can. Okay. Cute. It's a satisfying gunshot. You got combos? Alright. Only thing missing is the heavy metal music. Yeah, like MIDI sampled grunge rock. I'm sure the soundtrack will kick in once the tutorial's over. This girl from work was hitting on me while I was training her, and I asked her to come to my party tonight, and she said she might. Panic. Well, you just gotta play it cool. That's all you gotta do. We already got a rad achievement. Huh? Okay, I only have 2 weapon slots. Makes sense. Jesus. Jesus. Does this game have headshots? Kind of interesting how they skate back and forth. Also, somebody caught. Didn't take long for the metal to kick in, did it? Yeah, right on cue. Well called. That's interesting. Slow-mo doesn't affect you. It's pretty rad. Wait, hey. God bless games that, like, fuzz the music out when you go to the menu. They don't cut it, just make it fuzzy. I have to admit, though, back from, like, doing a lot of editing for video game reviews, that actually was one of the more annoying things, is because I wanted to capture music loops. So, my holy grail was games that just played the music without effect whenever you pause the game. The second holy grail is games that, okay, there are headshots in this game. That decides it. Games that let you just turn off the sound effects and leave the music all the way up. Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah! Alright, this is getting intense. Destroy the trap orb. Are you a trap orb? Are you an orb? Yes. Yeah, seems like it. Okay. There were a lot of times where, like, games would only play the combat loop of music when you were in combat. So I remember a lot of, like, turning the sound effects and, like, voice sliders all the way down and then just running around in circles, trying to keep the combat music looping while enemies were chasing me. You basically wanted, like, a 5-minute loop, because somewhere in there was, like, a 2-minute loop you could just loop forever in your edit. Okay. Neat. The holy grail of games are the ones based around Chex cereal? Yes. Oh, you get to keep... Oh, you get to keep a gun. I'm gonna keep this one. Seems like a good standard. That sells the rest. Alright. Alright, I think this was the tile set that I loaded into originally. Is this some lore?
I had been anticipating the first meeting with the patient with a blend of doubt and excitement. What had I gotten myself into?
That's a nice voice. It's a nice reading voice there. Oh, okay. Am I crazy? And then I hallucinate that I'm in a 90s shooter? Or is this just another 90s shooter level? I don't know. Blazing Bit Games. Tester. Hey, Party Peta. Hey, Peta, thanks for the sub. You couldn't resist those sick emotes, could you? Or maybe you were too busy getting slammed with advertisements. But now you will get the premium Twitch experience. 16-bit Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, that about adds up. I just need to see a giant pixelated whale. I would think, like, you have to... Oh, Party Pat, yeah, my bad. No, Peta, you're right. My bad. It's so similar to Peta's Twitch handle. I just saw the beginning and end and just assumed from the rest. My bad. Pat. My apologies. Welcome to the best sub you've ever spent money on Twitch. Can't move the chairs. Do I have my gun still? I do. But I can't use it. I realized after subbing to Bruce. Hopefully he didn't make the same mistake. Maybe the gun is all in your head? Oh, maybe... low in my mind. I wonder if you have to quit and reload. Oh, never mind. I have to go to sleep. Alright. And a Game Boy SP, sure is. Alright. Hollow Stone Part 1. Challenge the catacombs. Ah. Okay, I'm getting the title's making a little more sense then, not being a Nightmare Reaper. I'm wondering what the combo effects do. Oh! Hey, hey, hey. Jesus. GOG achievements raining from the sky. What? Good lord. Like 18 guns? What do we got here? Consecrated whip. Semi-auto rifle. Okay. Go with rifle and whip. Bang. This reminds me, there was a content update to Vampire Survivors as well. It's a nice way to spend a few hours. Check out what's on in this room. More stuff here. Like treasure. I guess this is ammo? What the fuck is that? Firebolt book. Awesome! Okay. I like how it just faces out. Soup Remix. Thank you for the Prime sub. Wait. Dill says happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Did I miss it in chat? That is a fun little giggle. I'll go back and check out that spike room. Oh! All that gold. Oh, Limpos! Hey! Hey, Limpos. Uh-oh. Ow. I am very glad you're in chat. Do you take commissions for art? Because if so, I have a proposition for you. Is there a way to get out? Made the mistake of spending my sub money on beer? No, that's okay. Beer's delicious. I would never ask somebody to go without beer just to sub to the finest channel on Twitch. Hey, Thornius. It's good to see you. Mothfire, good to see you too. Oh, you're only a hobbyist painter? Okay, alright. Fair enough. Well, you're quite good. You have a good hobby. Oh, okay, Isaac will take the commission. But promise nothing in return. That's fair. That sounds like a good deal to me. Ow! What did you... Pretty low on health right now. That gold, though. That too. I don't know. These don't explode, do they? No, it's just... Okay. No, no, no! No, no, no! Ugh. How do I get up there? Hmm. Oh, that turned off the spikes. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. You prefer pre-2000s Peter Jackson or Sam Raimi? Pre-2000s Peter Jackson. Well, that would just be, like, what, Dead Alive and the Frighteners? I guess pre-2000s Sam Raimi would be, like, Darkman? That's a good question. I think Peter Jackson, actually, probably. Just for, like, pure... Oh, there's a breakable wall? Is that what that looks like? Is this in here? That? What is it that you need painted, if you don't mind me asking? Left when you enter Spike Room. All right. Oh, yeah, look at that. I was hoping to get commissions of the Brave Inside Games news team for thumbnail art. I really like your style. I think it meshes well with an idea I have for how I want us to be represented on the thumbnail. But basically commissioning fan art of me, Bruce, and Charlotte as brave internet gaming journalists. I do love how, like, they have a state where you hurt them and they just kind of, like, sit there and bleed everywhere. Just like, blah, 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 blah. Very Duke Nukem. This music also just reminds me so much of, like, Command & Conquer. I like overdriven guitar. Yeah. It is a Doom Guy booty clapper for sure. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't get all the ones on top of that one little thing. Oh. Keep the rifle. I do wonder what you spend money on. Sploosh.
The previous physician had failed to improve the patient's condition and had managed to get rid of her for dubious reasons.
Yeah, the GBA menu is really fun. That's interesting. A different time of day. Okay. I'll have to look up Charlotte. Haven't seen anything from Inside Games. No worries, no worries. It was just an idea. If you're into it, or if that has piqued your curiosity, I'd like to talk about it more. And you can either just do it as a hobbyist thing, or certainly wouldn't mind throwing some money your way. To be honest, one of my ulterior motives, and one of the things that makes me not a great business owner, to be honest, is that I really like using inside games as a vector to get money to talented and hardworking people. I don't know about the hardworking part, boss, but it's just a way to sort of spread the money around to fellow creatives on the internet, you know? I've intentionally thrown money at people for all sorts of... Ooh! Oh, is this like a... Okay. This is like the berserk. Hey, Dante. Oh, yeah, just an idea. Just an idea. You don't have to... You don't really need to talk about it, like, in the middle of Twitch chat, either, if you'd rather discuss it in private, or if you're not interested, one or the other. Feel. Ah, yes, it does the ping. What the? Oh! Doctor's like trying to... Ah, cool. Okay. So the doctor shows up. Reroll stat value. 5,000. Oh. Ah. Okay, all right. What the f... Oh, I think this is like slow-mo or something. Team V? Yeah, looks like slow-mo. We're not just inside. God, that sound effect is so sick. No, we got set me on fire. Yeah, water puts you out. Excellent. Oh, I didn't even see the mini map in the top right until just now. Wonder if does that counter tell you how many enemies are left? It does, and how much treasure's left. Oh my gosh, marvelous. Oh, ninja stars. Oh, I gotta equip them ninja stars. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my gosh, you throw like 5 of them at once. Oh. The game can't keep up this pace, right? It's just like shotgunning me with cool stuff, including shotguns, and spell books, and whips, and ninja stars, and gold bars, and rock music. Hot tip, you can tell a secret is nearby by a windy sound. That is a hot tip, thank you. Or a breezy tip. Ooh. Like that? Or is that part of the ambient track? Hmm. Not throwing them with your toes. This ain't a Quentin Tarantino movie. What are you talking about? Okay, so we got a protagonist, right? And she's strong, and she's badass, and she doesn't take no shit, and she wears no shoes. And she's gonna go into the villain hideout, right? And she's gonna beat up all the bad guys without shoes on. And whenever she beats up all the dudes, she does a backflip, and we get this cool shot of her toes flying past the camera, right? But she's badass and tough and takes no shit. But she's got a great pedicure, and we can tell because we keep showing her feet. Oh, GBA cart? Slap it in, baby! Oh, okay. Oh, come on. References. Wow. Can you jump on them? Of course you can. Whoop. Yeah, and then she steps on the camera and really grinds her toes into the camera frame. It's annoying because, like, I watched, what is it, Death Proof again the other day, which is a pretty weak movie, to be honest. But fuck, man, there's a lot of feet in that movie. Like, more than usual. which also makes it weird. I don't know. If you wanted to be really apologetic, you could say that that only enhances the Grindhouse flavor, because certainly a lot of Grindhouse movies only existed to reinforce the fetishes of the creators. I wonder what happens if you die in one of these stages. Does it kick you out and you lose the money? I love Death Proof, but you're right. Yeah, it's like a 45-minute movie, which is a bummer because like all of Tarantino's like trademarks, it feels like a movie that was made in the style of Tarantino, not by Tarantino himself, because it feels like it's just checking everything off a list for a Tarantino film, but all of the things that are in it that are Tarantino-esque don't actually like reinforce the movie or make it more enjoyable. Like there's tons of dialogue with the second cast of ladies, but none of it is like interesting or establishes them as interesting characters, and like it just feels way more fake than most of Tarantino's like non-plot dialogue. You can compare the shot, which is, you know, it's a fun shot, the rotating shot of them in the diner, and you can see like what's his name? Shit. You can see Kurt Russell in the background, so that's fun. But like they just have like a crappy and like weirdly acted dialogue sequence, which if you compare that with like anything in Pulp Fiction, any of the scenes with multiple characters who are talking about things that aren't directly relevant to the plot, those scenes still get a lot more done in terms of endearing you to the characters or telling you what's going on in their world and their lives than that conversation does. Weird movie. But maybe that's the point. Maybe he was intentionally making it grindhousey, which means it has a lot of the, like, it's intentionally bad, I guess. It's rifle. I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was terrible? Yeah? I actually liked Once Upon a Time quite a bit. But I'm also I think Once Upon had a lot of commentary about stunt work, and so I liked it for that. Tarantino's films have gotten progressive.
That the patient was put into my care as some kind of last resort.
It's kind of interesting because both Tarantino and Edgar Wright films have gotten more and more into stunt work as they've gone on, and more reverent of the industry of stunt work, and kind of more, I feel like, trying to tell the audience to care more about stunt work and what goes into it. It was crazy to go back and see Shaun of the Dead, and there are like some extended action takes in that movie that don't need to be there, and clearly Wright was like trying to experiment and develop that style. It felt very disjointed. It was pretty disjointed, I think. The Charles Manson thing was just thrown in. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre because I feel like Tarantino films stylistically get a pass for being disjointed because his movies are very intentionally not about recreating a typical like Hollywood structure in a film. What the heck is that? Oh, super kick. So it's tough. I agree though. Oh, you get like a sriracha bottle, and that gives you the power of spicy hands. I agree though. Yeah, the Charles Manson stuff at the end was bizarre. And it felt like it was just there for a conclusion. I liked what I interpreted the meaning of the conclusion to be, which is that for decades, actors in Hollywood have literally stepped over the bodies of stunt people for their careers and advancement. I like how screen shake is a stat. Lost socks. Thanks for the sub. Tell me to dip the tip. I guess I got it then. Well, that's fun. The enemies actually run to water when they're set on fire. Gotta biff the dip. Like the whole movie except the end, like the last 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, it also makes you wonder, like, it didn't bother me, but one has to raise an eyebrow at just how explicit the violence was against a woman at the end. Especially for a movie that's largely not very violent, and then it just gets real gritty and raw right at the end. That said, though, again, in the meaning of things, I appreciated that because it was like a juxtaposition of realistic stunt performance right next to very fantastic and stupid stunt performance. The entire movie is basically like a running commentary on stunt performance. Down to like they'll do the interviews on set, where they're on a Western set, and then just like a full frame shot with no glitz or glamour, just a stunt performer falling off of a 3-story building onto a crash pad or something. So it's like, yeah, this is just what happens every day, and it should be more astounding than it is for some reason. It's kind of what the message I got. So they have this like really brutal scene of Brad Pitt just destroying some lady while he's like high on acid or something. But then like the most crazy stunt of all, which is a fire burn in water, which is one of the hardest things to do. And nobody even does fire burns anymore because they're stupid and pointless. Like they're needlessly dangerous. But they went for it. So like, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio gets his fucking flamethrower and sets somebody on fire in the middle of a pool. Which is a really crazy stunt, and kind of feels like it's in the movie more because they wanted to show that they could do the stunt, or as a like a homage to classic stunt work. Then again, you're kind of left wondering why. But most Tarantino films don't bother with the why; they just tell a story. I feel like once you extract the need, or once you extract intent from it, it makes a lot more sense. What the heck? Oh, it's like a plot machine. Kind of reminds me of Stephen King's writing. It's easy to get squicked out by a lot of the stuff he writes, but once you realize that he's not writing it because he thinks that's a good story to tell, it's just the story he has to tell. I don't necessarily know that that's the case with Tarantino, but once I slipped into that mode, it made a lot more sense. And this thing vomits bullets. What movie is this? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's also possible that entire scene exists just to show that like female stunt performers can do that shit and should do that shit. Maybe he's brave for showing it. I don't know. Vault, thank you for the sub. Hope you all have a great day. Leave any interview tips if you got them. Oh, for like a job? That's tough. The closest one I would be is like, it is a negotiation on both sides. You are trying to judge if this company is going to be a good fit for you as much as you might want the money that they'll give you for working. So I guess believe in the value of your labor. Also, I feel like it's a worker's market right now, so if you have the financial ability to, you can be choosy. You can ask for things. Fire. I want to use the super kick. Ice boots. Power boots. Alright. Holy shit, that's awesome. If you're able to be choosy, it helps a lot with confidence. Yeah. But honestly, if you're in a position where you need the work and you need the money, be honest with yourself about that too. If you're not in a position where you can be choosy, then like don't just go in and like accept anything they put in front of you, but just take a dispassionate view of your current circumstances. Definitely don't treat a job interview as a validation of your value as an employee. I feel like maybe early on in life it's easy to see it that way. Like you want to be accepted. You want to get the offer. So I feel like a lot of people go into interviews doing whatever they can to get the offer, just because that means you've won. But nah. Always ask for more money? Yes. Always ask for more money. Unless they, like, they actually come in above what you might expect. That's possible. But you should still ask for more money. Six monsters and 11 golds. I guess if I do better... If I get all the stuff in the individual stages, then I can get more money, which means I can buy more stat upgrades. Oh, that's right. I did forget about the alt fire. Thank you. Oh, Party Pat, thanks for gifting 2 subs. Appreciate that. I got a 50% raise because I asked. Whoa! Wouldn't have been offered if I hadn't. Always ask. They gave me more than I was thinking, too. Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. There's no... Wait, where'd my chainsaw go? I had a gold chainsaw. Come on. Choose one level 1 weapon to keep. I see. Why does it have to be level 1? Part of the issue is the deep desire for financial security. I'm racked constantly by the fear of not having enough to support me, and I don't know if I can wait to find a job that is right for me when I need the money to live. Yep. Oh. This is how they fuck you. This is how the system fucks you. There is definitely a system, at least in the United States. I can't really talk about other world cultures. Europe is a little more friendly to its workers, but certainly in the United States, there is an entire system to keep people poor and, like, needing a job. I mean, health insurance. Health insurance by itself is almost like extortion to make sure that you accept shit jobs. Because, goddamn, if you're unemployed, if there's no job in your market that will pay you what you're worth and you choose to go unemployed, then either you get bled completely dry by paying for health insurance out of pocket, or you just have to accept some asshole job.
I've been called unconventional by some and have a reputation of taking on these impossible cases.
Anyway. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I don't have insurance because it's a racket. I'd rather die. Jeez, damn, okay. Well, you're certainly standing by your principles there. I guess the... Alright, I'm not an expert on these matters. I guess the issue is, if you do need emergency care, you will get it. But that means that, like, whatever condition you had to get you there could have been way more cheaply treated far earlier, you know? But whatever. The actions of one person aren't going to sink or float the entire system, so... Still got freedom in America, sort of. The only real freedom you have in America is if you're rich. Then you can do whatever you want. Ooh, Eddie the Dog returns. Thanks for gifting out 10 subs. Holy cow. The irony of whining about the evils of capitalism and then have somebody burst money at me. Thank you very much. Yeah, richer your parents were. Yeah. I am a historian. Trying to find a job in federal, provincial, or municipal government or in a private company. That would be kind of an interesting gig to have if a private company was like, we just need someone on hand who remembers what happened. So they can tell us if our ideas are good or bad. Oh yeah, Isaac. Where does that quote come from? People throw it around a lot. I mean, it's very accurate, but if the punishment for doing something illegal is a fine, it's only illegal for the poor. Yeah. Turns out that's most things. I'm reminded of Activision Blizzard's $18 million settlement for systemically, like, underpaying women for a decade. 18 million, that's it. That's it. they for sure saved way more money. By the numbers, they did the right thing. In this system, they did the right thing. They saved money, they got work product, they made the cash. Paid off all their investors. That's just how it goes. America. Company boards in the EU have 50% workers on panels just to have even representation, which is neat. Yeah. The older I get, the less I kind of feel like I want my work product to contribute to the American economy. But my work product is also meaningless in the grand scheme of the American economy, so whatever. But I do think, once I get older, culturally, I just don't really fit in here. At least I'm in California. Things are a little better here. Oh yeah, White Rabbit, that's a good point. Unionization at Amazon is really encouraging. Yeah. Hopefully, like, it just got pushed way too far, man. That's what drives me nuts. It's like, corporations were already making fuckloads of money and underpaying all their workers, and they just keep biting off more. I don't know. I know that individually, no one company or no one like corporate board or whatever is going to give. Oh shit, there's him down sites. Is going to give two shits about a workers' revolt. But all you had to do was not try to take absolutely everything. All you had to do. Are you just trying to vibe out? Yeah, Chunky, I'm getting into my thoughts, so I should back off before I get a little too worked up, but Bazooka. Make a new rare plus version for 1800. Try grenade launcher. Chained saw. Been seeing videos of workers removing flyers in break rooms for unionization, which is illegal. Yeah, but it's only illegal if, like, you sue and win, right? Which I guess you could do. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, there's that. And then I guess stick? Yeah, okay. The artist's life is a melancholy one. Yeah, I guess under some very loose interpretations I could be considered an artist. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of things. The onus to not be exploited is on the exploited. Sucks. Yeah, you're right, yeah. I've thought about that often. Anytime something goes wrong, it is entirely like the responsibility of the person who was wrong to make it right. So now not only are you behind the 8-ball, but also you have to do all the work to climb out from behind it because somebody else put you there. Yeah. That's life, baby. Full socialism for the rich, rugged individualism for the poor. Oh, yeah. Bootstraps. Just do what Khloe Kardashian said. Work harder. It's not like she's the daughter of a fucking rich lawyer or anything. Socialite. You had just like had brands in it. Whatever. Just gotta work harder. People don't like to work. That's the problem. I mean, whatever. I'm saying that. I'm streaming right now, so. But whatever. I'm streaming on a Saturday. Right? I'm burning the midnight oil, right? I bought this video game with my hard-earned US dollars. Love that there's aim down sights. So good. Anyway, we can go back to talking about feet or whatever. I'm sorry for bumming anyone out on their day off. There's the exit, alright. Ooh, treasure! I am curious if I'm gonna, like, it'll be interesting to see if if the clinical part of it starts bleeding into the video game part more. I'm a huge sucker for that. Like unreliable narrators and unreliable settings in video games. I think the medium lends itself very well to that sort of thing. Oh. I guess I can jump to the water? Hit. Okay. Oh, okay. There's like a little platform you can stand on. Hit. Ow. Bow and arrow. Oh, that was stupid. Just be born into a rich family. Yeah. That's all it takes. I guess I should be fair. In this system, people are allowed to run their businesses the way they want. And like I had said previously, I'm allowed to run the business the way I want, which is throwing money at people. That's the way the system ought to work, right? Maybe. To start my business, all I had to do was fill out some forms and pay like $800 to the state of California. I was curious if I could get all the treasures. Oh, are those treasures? I think they are. How do I get up there? Yeah! Okay. Oh, wait, no, they're not. Okay, those count. Okay, so treasure can be in boxes, too. You all don't have the money to make me rich? What? When did I say that? Or what was the context of saying that? Cam Woo, thanks for the prime. Oh, Ains J, thanks for the resub, by the way. I'm sorry I missed that. Best 15 months of my life. Pretty busy with this past month, so I missed a lot of streams. Time to catch up with Sir Lar and also Inside Games. Thank you very much. Really appreciate anyone who chooses to spend their time with anything I work on. Thanks, Cam. Yeah, I'm having a good time. This is a good phase of life. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of work though. This last week was a killer. And it wasn't all just work either, which is annoying. Because if like I'm here whining about work. I guess there are some videos to show for it. We put a lot of stuff up on the Patreon this week. Okay. Yeah, completing those buffs the money you take out of the level. Okay. Oh, thank you, Seraph. Appreciate that. Be sure to drop some gold in the river and give thanks to the fates and fortunes who aided your success. Oh, getting scary in here.
I internalize this as a point of pride. So many modern practitioners have no passion for their work.
Doing video game therapy. If everyone here was a single millionaire, which we're definitely not, but if we were, and gave all of our money to Law Dog, he would still be poorer than Matt Damon. But to be fair, Matt Damon... Matt Damon was in, Downsizing? Is Charlotte like a full member of Inside Games or more of a side contributor? Chunky, you would have to define those terms so I could tell you. What's the boss? Oh, mean guy. Charlotte is a guest host, I guess. A recurring guest host. The only employee of my company is me. Everyone else is a contractor, so Charlotte gets a guesting fee alongside like the editors. That I pay them contracting rates. Are you the sole writer of Insight Games? Right now, yeah. I did work with Cameron Hawkins for a while. To be honest, that's probably... It's tough because I wouldn't mind having a little more assistance with writing because that is a pretty time-consuming thing. But for the rates that I can pay, I don't think I can't find anyone to write at the level that I need the writing to be at. I'm the only one who's willing to write for the rates that I can afford, if that makes any sense. That's only because I own the thing. Dang, it got hard all of a sudden. I gotta get out of here. Oh, I'm out of all ammo. That's not good. Awesome. Do a Chun-Li combo. Okay, it comes out automatic. Crap, that's awesome. Oh, shit. It's a bit challenging because for Insight Games, I personally have pretty high standards in terms of both the factual accuracy of what's being written, but also the creative flow and the comedy of it. So, if anyone thinks they could do that, let me know. There's also a bit of a difference between like writing blog posts and writing something that's meant to be read out loud as a script. So that's a bit of a different stylistic thing too that can be a bit challenging. Thinking about opening up a blog spot to write reviews of old games and anime, etc. Go for it. Huh. It's a rewarding process. It's time consuming. But you'll get better at it just by doing it, that's for sure. That's how I started basically. There was a dude in my Jedi Knight clan who had web hosting, and he just like created a folder for me. So I uploaded. What the heck is that? I started uploading HTML pages that I wrote in Notepad because I got a book from the used bookstore about how to write HTML, and I started like writing and posting game reviews. I used to still have all that shit on my PC, but I had it like this massive hard drive failure in the mid-2000s. I lost all of it. That's so ghetto and literally how I did web pages back in the day. I'm telling you, Notepad or Notepad++ is the real coder's choice. I guess something like Vim would actually be the super coder's choice, but whatever. What are we, nerds? Are we nerds here? Hornet Queen okay. I thought it might be a... Wait. Oh. Oh, I didn't know you could go back to the skill tree at any time. Uh-oh. Ooh, oh! Oh. It's kind of neat that you can get some of your gold back. Oh, Green Leaf. Thanks for gifting a sub. CLI is for Turbo Nerds. Oh man, I don't even know that one. Oh, I shouldn't have fallen. Pick up a mouse, Grandpa. No. No. Only hyper dorks. You can keyboard only interface. It's faster. Some Vim back in the day, but not my computer. Now it's all Notepad++ or the IDE itself. Notepad++ is the real shit. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. I figured it would just kick me back out to the world map and take my money. Oh! Goblin 114. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, when I did a lot of web scripting, when I did a lot of WordPress dev, that was a phase. I was like a freelance WordPress developer. I did a lot of my scripting in Notepad++, which was delightful. Good tool. Oh, those come back. Notepad++, Notepad has this annoying thing where it caches files that you previously opened. I have a corrupt file that it keeps trying to open and just crashes every time. Ugh. Yeah, that is annoying. There's no way to, like, reset that or wipe that? Must have died. Ah! Okay, that makes... Interesting. This means you have to choose. Well, I guess not. That other platform didn't go away. Java can kiss my non-developing ass? Yes, Java sucks. All my homies hate Java. One of the reasons I never got into Minecraft. It's like, and also had no respect for Notch as a developer. Like, not only did this motherfucker copy this game, but he wrote it in Java. Are you fucking kidding me? It makes sense that he made a baby game because he wrote it in a baby language code. Jesus. What a child. Also, what, like, the worst possible platform to pick for a game like Minecraft is fucking Java. The most inefficient baby language for, like, a huge open world, like, crafting game? Please. And of course he made nothing else. Because he, like, people call, like, Kojima or whatever a hack. I'm like, no. There is one hack and it is Notch. And he got very lucky. So good for him, but Jesus Christ. Ugh. He peaked? It wasn't even his peak. He took it from somebody else. Anyway, there we go. Done complaining about Notch now. $17 fits. Thanks for the prime. I love the Java hate. Definitely agree. Yeah. Java's fine, I guess. We can't be adults and manage our own memory, I guess. Can't be trusted with pointers. I remember one of the assignments I had in college was to do a linked list in Java, which is not something you're supposed to be allowed to do in Java. So the actual assignment was figure out how to, like, trick Java into like being more functional than it should be. Like, you had to actually exploit a bug in Java's design to trick it into using pointers. I was like, oh my god, Java sucks. Isaac, thank you for gifting 5 subs. What is source coded in? Yeah, I would guess C++. Pointers, lol, lamau. That's Java for you. You want to clear your own memory? Lol. Just let us do it. Let us do it. That's efficient. Couldn't let the hype train opportunity die. Oh yeah, it's a hype train. Well, thank you, Isaac. Has anyone been paying attention to our place this year? Oh yeah, the April Fool's thing. Lots of wieners, as you'd expect. How am I supposed to get all them coins? What am I supposed to do? Yay! Now that's good level design right there. Utterly confused by all this coding talk. It's immaterial. It's been a long time since I've done any coding. For a man that loves coffee, you sure do hate Java. Damn right. I hate Java for what it represents. I hate anything that makes me install Java runtime on my machine. Bees! Ooh! Oh, you could shoot a big beehive. That's disgusting. You only know about Java because of Minecraft? Yeah. Again, it's a scourge. What the? Oh! That's interesting. Okay, when you have power equip, or when you have power kick as your secondary, it becomes your kick. That makes sense. Yeah, ow, 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 ow. Ow, damn, now I'm just on fire. Fuck! At least fire doesn't actually hurt you that much. Say is it slowly kills you. It's a Doom-like game? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's Doom-like, it's roguelike, it's looter-shooter. It's kind of all those things. Appears to be randomly generated levels, too. Alright, I'm out of bees. That was fast. Use this yet. I guess there's no, like, health pickups at a given level. Oh, cool. Doom guy riding a mower. Doom guy's having a nice Saturday. Ah! Man, man. This nail gun sucks. Oh, is that a YouTuber? It does look like Bruce, doesn't it? He sells propane, P-A-I-N, and propane accessories. We're stuck. Oh. Oh, G-Man lives. Okay. Okay, okay. Oh, I can't pick that up. Thank you guys for the hype train, by the way. Ah! Hopefully folks got some good emotes out of that one. Oh, Lucas, thanks for the Prime, too. There's a scream in the game that reminded me of the survival game called Generation Zero, set in the 80s in Sweden. And instead of zombies or demons, you have to fight off military robots that became self-aware. One of the types of robots make a very human-sounding scream when spotting you, similar to the one in this game. Okay. I think I remember seeing that game around. I don't think I ever played it, though. Man. I am not doing so hot. Wait, did I just go up a health? Oh, never mind. Okay. Those orbs give you health. It's weird to see games that simulate really old graphics but also have, like, modern lighting. Yeah. It's cool. HD 2D, or whatever Square decided to call it. Ha! We're definitely, gosh, we're just in the middle of such a wonderful renaissance of games right now. There's new big AAA glitzy games. There's throwback games like this that are like new but produced in an older style, so they have modest budgets, but good ideas can still work. Oh yeah, Rick, I saw that. Somebody ported Doom to just work with ray tracing. That's explosive! Fuck! I knew that was there. Complete 5 random events. I did that? Alright. Okay, sure. I should check that out. The Doom with ray tracing. Doom 1. Oh yeah, Valheim. Yeah! Valheim had a really cozy aesthetic. Or has, I should say. It's not like it's gone. Yeah, they're pixelated forests with the like light shafts coming through. I think Minecraft with ray tracing looks real cozy too. Throw it back a little bit. Oh, exit. Okay. There's 10 treasures I haven't found, but I'm just gonna go for it. How do you feel about the writing in what you played of Tiny Tina's? Not for me. I'm not like a huge D&D enthusiast to begin with, or a huge tabletop RPG enthusiast to begin with. And beyond that, it kind of felt like the humor. I think that's off. The humor just felt like a bunch of. It was more goofy than funny, you know? That's the way I'll describe it. There weren't a lot of jokes, just like references and quirky things to say. Blood on the mirror? That's probably good. But I had a couple of sensible chuckles, I have to admit. It did not make me writhe in my skin as much as I was expecting it to, but at the same time, I also intentionally wasn't listening to most of the dialogue. I just am not a big fan of, like, put it this way, I love Ashley Birch. I think she's incredible. I think she's an astounding creative talent. But I don't like Tiny Tina as a character. Annoying. Very annoying. Yeah, and Borderlands 3 made me writhe a lot. So, but I was also paying more attention to it. Man, the last like 2 hours of Borderlands 3 is just the worst. Some of the worst like writing and storytelling in a AAA game I've experienced in a while. The thing that bugs me about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is that it's very clearly shifting its demographic. Like Borderlands 3 was already starting to skew younger, because I guess that was like a better play. So with this, it's skewing even younger, because now it's clean. It's not M-rated anymore. Whatever. But like so much about it just feels like it's a product of market forces. Like, well, tabletop's popular, so we'll do that. People like Tiny Tina, so let's make her the main character. We get more sales if we can sell it to kids, so let's make it like E. Nothing about it screams to me like it was anyone's actual passionate idea to make. But everyone's involved with it, and everyone tried their best. But there's no spark of creativity there.
Patient, I must admit that I was unprepared. Seeing her in person was a different experience than seeing the pictures in her file.
But I like creative sparks in my games. That's just me. Most people, I mean, most AAA games aren't going to have that for market reasons. So I don't think it's necessarily fair to hold that against it. That's just my take. Also, just in gameplay senses, and yeah, from a gameplay standpoint, I'd say I got no problem with action RPGs. I love them. Killing things and leveling up is always fun. So, I still enjoyed it. I think the Borderlands magic is there. Horse water. What? I got the horse water. What is that? An item? What? Okay, well, horse water obtained. Part of me wishes that there could be some aspect of Borderlands that's a little more skill-based. You can set your individual difficulty, which is, I guess, nice. But in Borderlands, like, there's not a whole lot of middle ground, it feels like. You're either over-leveled and you kill everything instantly, which is kind of the default Borderlands experience. You just see the bars go down and things die, and then your bars go up. Or things just wipe you. Like, there's not really a middle ground where skill makes the difference. Destiny can feel that way when you're just playing the campaign or whatever. But like the most recent Destiny expansion had the legendary run, which was very skill based and very challenging. You had to, like, some of those levels I had to really like sit back and think about, okay, how am I engaging these enemies? What distances, like what weapons do I need? How am I going to play this? What order do I need to aggro these enemies in? There was a lot of Horsewater's haste. Okay. So I don't like, Borderlands is not trying to be that experience. So to ask it to be is I guess not super fair, but just again in terms of like what's there and what I like, it's kind of my takeaway. I would prefer a shooter to have maybe more of a skill-based element to it. Yeah, there's also Butt Stallion. Yeah. Everything about that game feels completely market tested. Like, they did all their surveys, they ranked all the characters in popularity, and then they wrote them on a board in descending order, and then they just said, okay, here's the order that the characters are going to appear in the game. We need Tiny Tina right at the top, and we need Butt Stallion. We need Tiny Tina saying Butt Stallion a lot, because people love it. Oh, that's interesting. It's like a spike launcher? What the heck is this? Grenade harpooner. Cool. I think in one of your recent gameplays you mentioned money is meaningless in the Borderlands series, and if that ain't the truth, buying weapons and shields is always worthless because you can just find something better. Yeah, but whatever. At least in Wonderlands, it matters a little bit if there's a spellbook / grenade type that you want and you see it in the store. But yeah, I mean, same deal with like Diablo, most action RPGs really. Destiny, what is Glimmer good for? It's actually that's one of the things I really like about Path of Exile, is that the currency is also usable items that are important to curating weapons and stuff. There is no gold. It's all just the orbs you use to roll stat modifiers and stuff. And those are useful. You do need a lot of those if you want to try to roll a specific modifier. Money is for gambling in Borderlands? Yeah. Pretty much. It's just for burning to try to get like a specific thing. Nice. Oh, I pinned to the wall! Oh! Oh, it's the best feature! Painkiller harpoon is back. Oh! Ow, fuck. These guys have a lot of health. Damn, man. There we go. I enjoyed pre-sequel very much. Yeah, I kind of skipped out on pre-sequel. I mean, I enjoyed Borderlands 2 quite a bit. Rolled many new characters trying to get people to play with me. Me and Matt actually played that quite a bit. We played through all the DLCs and stuff. Those were good times. Best weapon to pin things against things was the nail gun from Fear. That was a pretty good one. I still think the Painkiller Stake Launcher has got it. Just because it had, like, wackier ragdoll physics in the enemies that you would pin. But Fear is a choice game. Man, there's all these boomer shooters and stuff, but oh, that's kind of cool. Do you have to equip it? What the fuck? Oh, it summons skellies. I have little skelly bros. Where are they going, though? Where are you guys? Oh, there's an enemy in there. Okay, nice job, Skellies. I'm so sad they botched the sequels to Fear. The OG was incredible. Left his melee, right is ranged. Oh, you can spawn ranged Skelly? Okay. Yes. They make little clickety-clackety sounds. Oh, all skeletons should sound like a bunch of dominoes, like rattling around in a bag or something. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Fear was an interesting series. Because the first one was very PC-centric and awesome. And then the second one was very console-centric and, like, the spirit was still there, but the tech was not, which was kind of a bummer. But it was still kind of the same game in spirit. I did like the idea of, I'm just gonna flood the room with my skellies. I really like the idea of like, having a narrative play out, like one incident that you saw from different perspectives, which was kind of neat. And also the ending of Fear 2 was pretty awesome. Pretty avant-garde, I think. Pretty disturbing. Not something that gets talked about a lot, because I don't think a lot of people got to the end of Fear 2. I remember playing that and just like sitting in my desk and being like, are they really doing this? Yeah, they're really doing this. Okay. You ever played Fear Effect? The like PlayStation game? No, I haven't. I wanted to. I think I rented it once, but I don't... Like, I think I rented it because I was going over to my friend's house, and he had a PlayStation. I was like, hey, Fear Effect looks cool. It's called Fear. I like horror games. I don't think we got around to playing it, though. I think we just played Final Fantasy VII all night. It's the end of Fear 2 where you get assaulted by Amara. Yeah, Alma. You get raped. Which is pretty raunchy. And then the child is in Fear 3. Or, no, wait, Pregnant Alma's in Fear 3. And the child is kind of the point of that game. Anyone recommend the new Borderlands? Like 2, never played 3. This all. Huh. I think if you liked Borderlands 2, it's probably a fair bet. I would say, like, if you have, like, this is the blanket recommendation. It's the easiest recommendation to make. If you have friends on deck who are interested and want to play it with you, you'll probably have a great time. It's, I feel like the core experience is still there and it still works. Whether or not you're gonna find the trappings of it or the humor of it fun is that's gonna be a different story. The game is very, like, Joss Whedon-y, very McElroy-y. It's very wacky, but completely harmless. That's kind of how I would describe it. Like, it's jokes that say nothing and do nothing. But it's meant to be that. So it's not really a knock against it. Yeah, Cyclog. It's like, I could kind of expect if Wonderlands came out 10 years ago, there would absolutely be a musical interlude at some point. I missed 2 treasures. Damn. Claymore. Cool. Power Claymore. Mentioned hacks earlier, now you're bringing up Joss Whedon. Yeah, I never liked Joss Whedon. I never liked him at all, ever. I always thought he always put off those skeezy nice guy vibes to me. I also, it didn't help that I actually really liked the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie and really did not like the change into the series. I was like, wait a minute, this is just, ugh. You actually wrote out the part that made it fun, which is that she was kind of a prissy cheerleader. Now she's just a generic, like, cool, tough female protagonist, but in like that kind of pandering comic book way. Oh, Ah. And then I like, ow, ow. And then I remember watching Firefly and being like, this shit is just, it's just picking from anime tropes. Like that's all this show is doing. It's just recycling anime. I remember watching the pilot and being like, this motherfucker just ripped off Outlaw Star. It's got like the military experiment in the suitcase. I'm like, this is just, God, how is this working? How's he getting away with this? How can he keep getting away with this? It worked though. I guess for a while. That's a cool reload. Oh, you can whip people with it? Nice. Oh yeah, every line has to be witty and no one speaks like a real person. Yeah, it's just not good writing. It's interesting too because I've seen that process happen where people sit down to do revisions on a script and they think like the more jokes you cram in the better. So every line has to be like a sass thing. But like sometimes it's crazy to sit down and be like, man, was there a room full of writers who wanted to punch up this one line? And this is the best they could do? Like, how long did they spend chewing over this line? It was like that one line from the first episode of Bebop where the dude was like, my wife wanted me to throw you a bone sometime. And then Jet's like, oh, like the bone you throw her? Because you fuck your wife? And I'm like, what? Is this really the best line that a group of writers could come up with? Really? Did it make them laugh? Did they throw this around to each other and then laugh and be like, oh, we gotta keep that in? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, man, none of these guns are very... I'm keeping the ice book, though. How do you like James Gunn writing? It can kind of be like that. There was some dialogue in Peacemaker, the show, that was like, all right. Somebody clearly went over this interaction and decided to like cram more jokes in there, more references or whatever. Do you know about the Firefly episode where he was planning to torture Walsh's wife so she can be more relatable? No, but that doesn't surprise me. I'm not bullshitting here. That was a legit episode idea he had. That fully doesn't surprise me. Oh. Okay. I wonder if is this going to become a shooter level now?
I would learn later that in this case, appearances were devilishly deceitful.
Devilishly deceitful, Seymour. For the live-action Cowboy Bebop, I think the casting for the main three was honestly very good. It's just the dialogue was not great. Yeah, there were some... Even in the pilot, or the first episode, there were some stylistic changes that were fundamentally worse than the show itself. Maybe they had to change stuff around for budgetary reasons, I don't know. But, like... Oh, confusing. Oh! Oh, I got a key card. I've only heard great things about Firefly, so it's surprising hearing this. Yeah, well, I was never a fan of Firefly, but it was sort of the toast of nerd culture for a while. But that was also during a very insufferable period in nerd culture for me. When dorks singing "The Cake is a Lie" to each other was considered the height of a secret nod and a wink. Ugh. I'm glad we moved on from that. How did Netflix kill Cowboy Bebop so fast? Did it take even a week to make the decision? No. Usually series get killed or renewed based off the traffic on their first episode. Because that's how you know whether or not it drove subscribers or not. Halo got renewed for Season 2 after the first episode. which is probably a bad call, because I don't think many people are going to want to watch a Season 2. Maybe they will, though. Who knows? Who knows? I'm no expert here. But yeah, you know pretty early on. You know pretty early on if something's going to make its money back. The numbers don't lie, and the early response can tell you everything pretty much. Things rarely turn around for shows. I mean, like, I think within 24 hours, I remember the 24 hours that Genlock launched at Rooster Teeth. It's basically like, well, we'll know by the end of the day if this is going to save the company. Well, maybe that's putting it a little dire, but yeah. It was a quiet day that day. And I think within the month, many executives had just left. Didn't even say goodbye, just gone. Parking space was empty. So yeah, it's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick turnaround. Wait, Genlock has boobs now. What? No one told me this. Where are the titties in Genlock? Oh, with jeez, Vicious Circle. Good God. Yeah. Is that game still available? Can you buy that? You want to talk about a Borderlands style game where people mistake screaming for comedy. I shouldn't be talking shit. Hey, they tried to make a video game. Good for them. That's good. Oh, it's free on Steam, 0 players right now. Well, maybe it, you know, maybe it was before its time. Maybe in 10 years. Maybe in 10 years, people will wake up and realize Vicious Circle is what they've been missing. They thought Genlock was going to save the company. It's not a question of thinking that it would. It's a question of it needing to because you spent so much money on it. Success is subjective. That's true. That's true. You can, with a statement like that, you have a bright future of being an entertainment executive. I've been in so many rooms where people justify or, like, come up with the most asinine metrics to prove that the thing that they did, which was a massive waste of time and effort, is actually good and they should get to do more of it. And sometimes it works. That's the thing that drives me up a wall, is when you realize you're working for people who either can't say no to things or don't know what to say no to. I'm not talking specifically about Rooster Teeth right now, by the way. I want to make that very clear. This is just a generic observation about working in entertainment. Back, Sarah? It's called Failing Upward. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. It's funny, when I first moved out to LA for the first time, I was like, all right, I'm gonna see the game firsthand. I need to steel myself for some bullshit. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for, like, how obvious it is. You know? Like, the people who don't know, like, the people who just talk and that's it, when they don't back it up with anything, it's so obvious, but it works. And once you see it work, and you lose respect for everyone involved. That's kind of what happened to me. It's like, this works on you? This is all it takes? Is just presenting yourself like this and using these words? And I'm like, man. I was like, I could do this. I don't want to. I don't think I would be able to hide. Like, if I got into trying to... Oh, that's... Can I not get back out? Okay. If I got in the game of, like, trying to hype-bro people and just sort of like, oh, those must be teleporters. And just sort of trying to, like, talk money... Why do I have so many hands? Oh, okay. Maybe that was the upgrade I got. But yeah, if I don't know that I could hide my hidden resentment of people for letting my bullshit work on them, you know? Ignorant people are prone to big talkers. Ignorant is they just don't know. Not a bad thing, really. Yeah. That's truly, I think, what it is people that are in decision-making places get so removed from the practicalities of the business that they only have 20 minutes, a 20-minute meeting to be sweet-talked out of their money. So they make the decision based on what they know and what they have. Funny thing is, you're probably not the only one seeing it. That's where the politics comes in. Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I don't know. Politics is unavoidable, but I find it very distasteful. It's so much easier to just do good work and be honest about the work you do. But human beings aren't wired that way. But that's fine. This is why I work independently. I don't have to worry about human structures and being like, this is going to say a lot more about me than anything else, but I don't have to worry about being liked. I would rather invest the time into being liked into making a thing. Like making something that earns money, making something that delights people. But there are people who would rather do the opposite. And on a lot of levels, it's way more efficient and effective from a career perspective to invest your time into being liked than to like developing craft. Until you go into a disciplinary meeting and it's just you in a mirror, that'll be awkward. Yeah, I gotta have a talk with myself about my hours. I love that the trees are explodable. But that's one of the things that took me a while, and I guess to some degree I'm still working on it based on the tenor of my conversation. But to not resent the politics, to accept it just for what it is. I mean, I found a way to function outside of that system, so hope you aren't too harsh on yourself. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I've been slacking lately. I kind of haven't. It's been a busy week. It was a good week. I deserve a raise. I fixed the ice maker. I say I did, actually. The landlord came by and helped out with it, but I helped the landlord. I supervised. Got the ice maker fixed. Cleaned my bathtub this morning. I had a plumbing issue, which also was an annoying thing to deal with, but I had a plumbing issue where, like, we ran the dishwasher and then water backed up into my bathtub and sat there for like a day. So it made the bottom of my bathtub disgusting. But clean that, so that's one thing off the checklist. Oh yeah, it's the first of the month too. I get to pay some people I license media from. Oh yeah, Captain, I did find the state gun from Painkiller and Fear. Yeah, we were just talking about those games specifically because of that gun. These pumps. These pumpkins. Oh, a new cartridge. Topaz, what? Now it's Zelda? That's weird. Click makes me go down. Oops! Oh no! Captured creature by walking in the tall grass. Y+1 max life. Oh. All creatures healed? How many... Captured Leafy. Oh, okay. Is this like a Pokemon? It must be. Yeah, it's Pokemon. Okay. How the mouse is stuck in my Game Boy. Oops. Oh, that was absolutely the wrong thing to do. If you don't mind me saying this, I liked you so much more when you started your own thing. Seems like the real you is shining now as opposed to being stifled by RT rules, regulations, and policies. It wasn't really rules, regulations, or policies. It was just, it was a culture mismatch, I think. I was pretty naive, I think. Bought a little too thoroughly into an idea. Bought a little too much into a team dynamic that I don't think was there. But I agree. I think I'm in a way better coin value. What the heck? Sure. What? Uh-oh. I have to fight him for it? Uh-oh, that's stuck there. Okay, well, whatever. There's a Pokemon now. Oh, that's not misinterpreted? No, no, no. I agree. I think I was just generally a lot less happy. I'm a lot more happy now. I cared a lot about what I did. And there was this gnawing, after the first year or so, there was a growing gnawing pit in the bottom of my stomach that told me that my efforts were falling into a void. But that's fine. Change the circumstance. Now my efforts are cumulative. They are invested within me and the people that I work with, which is what I always wanted. Explosive shuriken. I would work for any company with free iced coffee. I'd sell payday loans to children. I'm getting... I don't mean to brag here, but I am getting really good at making coffee. I bet I could, like, make it and sell it. It's getting that good. Can't imagine being the person who no one listens to because it's funny when someone puts an effort and we destroy the sandcastle. Yeah, that was kind of the shtick that developed. Although I have to admit, a lot of that is my fault. There's this... when I did a podcast with Sean Bolin a while ago, talking about our experience working under Rooster Teeth and MCNs and stuff, I described a dynamic where I would try to talk openly about my feelings and reservations about what was going on, and then that got and then I got known as the negative guy. You know, I'm always always bringing up troubles. Can't it just be happy kind of thing. So that's when it's like, the problem is, like, people start treating you like that long before anyone tells you like that, or that's happening. So that was a tough lesson, talking about politics and how I refuse to play the game. That's certainly a time when just keeping my mouth shut probably could have been a lot more effective and would have created a better work environment. Very little of it is your fault. Well, had I appreciated that dynamic earlier, I think I would have had a better time if I had learned to just not express myself. Which sounds sad now that I say it that way, but that's kind of what...
She had been transferred to our establishment.
That's kind of what it ends up being.
Peaceful summer morning.
I do like that they are very slowly opening up the wards to explore, giving you a very, very little bit to chew on. I guess the lesson for me is to be more selective about who you share your honesty with. I think my naivety was thinking that honesty would be appreciated or that honesty would be appreciated, but certain kinds of honesty are not. And it took me a while to learn that. I mean, I think that's... I understand that. There are times when I don't really want honesty, even if it's the right or correct thing. Was it constructive complaining, though, or were you just complaining, if that makes sense? No, it's a justifiable question. I ask myself that a lot. I honestly don't know. It was a while ago at this point, and I don't know how I came across in those circumstances. So I have to be honest with myself. I don't think it was. I mean, based on the reactions and how I was treated, it certainly was probably. From that, I could judge that it was just shitty complaining, but. Ooh. No? Okay. Oh, also, apropos of nothing, I fixed Ghostwire Tokyo because now I am splitting my video signal outside of my PC. So it was the clone displays in Windows that made the cutscenes go all wacky for some reason. So ideally, everything on my PC will be a lot more stable now. And frame rates seem pretty steady. I was worried that running my video signal through like a DisplayPort cloner would cause it to drop frames, but it doesn't seem like it is, so that's good. Clone display, what's that? Oh, just in Windows, if you tell it to output the same thing to multiple outputs, you can clone a display basically. So if you have multiple monitors, you can extend the display, which basically stretches your desktop across multiple windows. But if you do a clone, then it'll output exactly the same thing, which is how I did capture. I would clone my display from my main monitor to HDMI out to capture. What the heck? Are these like clock tower scissors? Never had to use such a feature. Most people don't, which is why it can cause weird problems with some PC games, because I think it's an edge case that most PC developers don't explicitly test for, nor should they really. Why would they have to care about that? Most of the time. Ah! I'm still alive, man. I love that laugh. That's so good. Reminds me, I gotta play more Ion Fury. Maybe I need to like have a boomer shooter month where I just go through them all. Here's a tough question for y'all. I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway because I think it's a fun conversation starter. Do you think that campaigns like Titanfall 2 count as boomer shooters? Because in structure, they are kind of like that. I guess the levels are a little more Half-Life-y than a strict boomer shooter. Ow! Ow! I wouldn't say so. No. Yeah, I don't think they are. They're not like 90s pixel style. They don't look like shooters from the pre-3D accelerated era, but it's reaching. It's reaching. Mostly, I like the idea of themes, and I want a reason to play Titanfall 2 again. I'd say it's a modern shooter that was influenced by them, but not part of that category. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I gotta play through Dusk. I gotta finish a Medieval. I don't think I did all the episodes in that. Ion Fury, Dread Templar. This. Proteus. Oh! Wow. Oh, that's a pretty metal death screen. Ah! Does it? I wonder if it resets your... No? Okay. I woke up prematurely.
I had been
Okay, but you don't get a new page of lore. Oh, Ultra Kill? Yeah. try Fright Night. No, I don't think I'm even familiar with that one. Yeah, Medieval rocks. This game also rocks. I like this game a lot. But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna play another game now. I think I'm gonna play a little Death Stranding. Because I really wanna check out the director's cut stuff. I got so distracted just doing deliveries and stuff yesterday that I didn't even get around to doing the like training levels or any of the races or anything like that. So more Death Stranding, and then hopefully, let's see here, around 6, so in about like 4 hours or so, Bruce is gonna come over and we're gonna record a podcast, an Inside Games podcast. It's back. So I have until then to get all my gaming in. But yeah, I'm gonna change it up. More Death Stranding in just a second. See you guys in a minute.